Wilson here in front of Gallery 22 in Martinsville, Virginia, and I'm on my way to the 3D store to interview the man that started it. Okay, this is, we come into the shop. He'll have to explain all the equipment. Introduce yourself, please.
I'm Duncan Monroe. I'm the owner, founder, operator of the 3D shop here in Uptown, Martinsville, Virginia.
How'd you find your way to Martinsville?
We got, well, my wife has family out here, and when you're starting a business that's experimental as this one, it's good to come out to a place like Martinsville where cost of living and cost of starting a business like this is a bit more affordable, you know, so they can take more risks. That's the main reason. But of course, being close to family helps, you know, having some support, you know.
Tell us about some of your projects.
Wow, yeah. So we got a few different channels going right now. So on one side, we work on e-commerce, where we'll either design a product like of an idea that we have ourselves, something that we think could either solve a problem, be something funny like a joke that people can, you know, enjoy, appreciate, or design something that someone has come to us with as a product to either sell online or go into their industry. We've helped a couple factories with operator safety or making their equipment more efficient by adding just one little thing to the already existing mechanism, which has been really cool. We've also done a bit of work with the schools and a bit more on the starting to be more mindful of recycling all the plastic waste that we're generating ourselves and trying to tackle beyond that plastic waste that the schools are generating, other businesses are generating, or hobbyists that are doing 3D printing will generate. It's a big task, but that's one of the things that's ambitious.
I heard you got an award for the big chair. Tell us about that one.
Yes, so it was, thank you. It was partially for the big chair, but also partially for the recycling. We work a lot with the Martinsville City Schools and sometimes in the county as well. But the city schools have had us come out and speak to their students several times, elementary school and middle school, in the STEM classes, talking about 3D printing and what we're able to do with it, what problems we can solve, how we can bring ideas to life, and just bring in things that we've printed into the classrooms and show it off a little bit. And so one of the things that we did, we have a really big 3D printer, which I think we're going to see in a bit. And we 3D printed a massive, called a Magispun chair. There's another YouTuber called Morley Kurt that made a video about it where he printed it in like 100 different pieces, and it was a huge pain in the butt to assemble. Well, we could do it in two. We could have done it in one, but we did it in two for printability, and then we gave it to the school.
Let's go look at it.
Yeah, all right. Well, the chair is at the school, but yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. But yeah, this is the print farm.
Go ahead and I'll follow you.
All right, I'll squeeze by here. So a lot of stuff's going on in here, obviously. But yeah, so this is the big printer that we printed the giant chair on. In fact, didn't you guys say that big old piece of the chair fell off the wall yesterday? Yeah. Could you grab that for me? Yeah.
Let's give them some idea how big this thing is.
Sure. Yeah.
No, I just
you just wanted to see you with it. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's Aleen herself. How many? I think I can probably fit like 6 Aleens in there, easily. You know, but yeah, it's a pretty big guy. It is pretty costly to run. You know, with 3D printing, you've got power and material and things like that you got to maintain and be aware of cost. And big things never take a quick time to print. They always take, you know, the minimum half a day. And so something like this, for example, is what the chair basically that was the size of the outside part of the chair. And you can see that's Joe. How tall are you, Joe?
6 foot.
6 foot. So That's pretty big on a guy like Joe who's 6 feet tall. So yeah, it's about 3 feet wide, maybe a bit bigger. So that was a print that had started and then had an issue. So we kept it just because it's a good visual tool. Also because we were giving the chair to the schools. It's nice to have a reference to that. But took us a week to print, maybe a bit longer.
Yeah, about a week and a half.
Yeah. And so that's, of course, a lot of material being pushed through the nozzle at that rate over that time, but also a lot of time for this big old bed to be heated up, and that's a significant power draw. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, I think we're good with that. But so that's the big chair story. Well, the award that we got was partly because of going out to the schools and talking to the kids and giving the chair, but it's also because we've been discussing recycling all the waste the schools generate. So having the 3D printers that operate in the schools working, we get to take any of the waste material, filled prints or support material that comes off of a 3D print, and actually collecting that and recycling it here in the shop. Something that's not really being done ever or anywhere else right now. Some places have tried in different ways, but we're actually trying to shred it down and then injection mold it. Kind of a higher throughput, more energy efficient method of recycling. So we're still in the early stages of that though, but that was what the award was for, is the chair and the recycling stuff. Well,
I'm not going to let you go without explaining this.
yeah. So, all right. So this has definitely been our biggest product of last year, 2024. Obviously, it's 2025 now, but the Widdle Wadder was an idea that we improved on, that someone had made a really small one as a joke, and then we thought that's really funny. We improved that design, improved that idea a lot into a product that I thought would be a lot more commercially viable. Designed it all from scratch, so it would be entirely ours, not just someone else's version. Again, because we had the ideas of what could make it more marketable. And so it's just a fun joke that we put out some videos. The videos are at 27 million views right now, which is really cool. And that spurred on lots of other people making their own versions of them. But ours is definitely the best seller. We've sold a ton of them last year, and we still have orders, right now of Widdle Wadders right now on our e-commerce side. But it's a cool 3D printing feat and a great 3D printing example, because you can actually embed magnets inside of the part. And so these magnets are crazy strong, and they'll stay on even on the highway, which is something that I had to go searching for. You couldn't just buy those magnets on Amazon. So each of the magnets has around 4 pounds of pull force, which means you'd have to go about 200 miles an hour for it to actually come off the vehicle. So it's only going to come off if you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, But I think that's had a big part in why the product's been as successful as it has. It's not only funny, but you can just leave it on. You don't have to worry about taking it off every time you go on a big trip. So yeah. So this is actually, when you first came in and you were doing a tour of the shop, there was a guy that came in to buy something. That was these ducks. So using the same strong magnet from the Widdle Wadder that can stay on a vehicle, you can also do really anything else. You use the same magnets, and so what's printing right now are these ducks that'll go on either the side or the hood of a vehicle. These ones in particular are meant to go on the sides, so they'll kind of give you the profile of a duck. I can't take one off right now, but I can show you one or two. Logan's actually grabbing them right now, if you look over there. So this is one without a hat. And with sunglasses. So these are just kind of capitalizing on Jeep ducks and people who just like the duck aesthetic. And so yeah, so they use the same magnets as the Wadder, so they'll stay on the highway. We've done off-road testing for them, and the side profile ones are also actually really popular right now because it's kind of a unique 3D kind of magnet. It's not just your typical flat decal. This is something that actually comes off. And looks a bit more visually interesting. So using the same materials pretty much that we were using for the Widdle Wadder, we're able to pivot and make something entirely different that kind of still makes people laugh, still brings joy, but is not going to fly off and hurt anybody, So, yeah. that's the idea behind the ducks, and we've got other things that we're doing too, but that's just the stuff that's printing right now because we have orders to fulfill online. But yeah.
Anything else you'd like to show?
We have a great neighbor who's really talented with glasswork. No, we've really enjoyed being in Martinsville so far, and definitely has some challenges, that we are doing our best to make it through. Definitely having to rely on online orders, I think, to sustain the business. We've done a lot with local businesses. Like I said, those factories are mostly local within regional. I guess there was one that was about 2.5 hours away that we worked with, but I think we've made a good impact so far. People have traveled from Galax and Washington, D.C. to come have us fix their printers. So we do classes, we do printer repair. You can come here and you can buy filament. We've done prototyping, 3D modeling, really anything 3D we can do. So if you have any interest in working with us, then go to our website. The 3D Shop is us. The 3D Shop Uptown is our social media handle, or just type in c3dp.me or c3dp.me to go. Yeah, I'll give her a card. Yeah, fantastic. But yeah, so that's in a nutshell what we do here at the shop, and we do resin printing as well. I mean, I could go on and on, but the whole idea of the shop is to be able to have a place where anyone can come in and have an idea be realized, and so we're just doing our best to have all the tools necessary to make that happen for whoever comes in. So, yeah.
Thanks, Duncan.
Thank you, Aleen. Yeah.
Good luck with all your new projects.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you for watching the 3D Shop. I'm going back to Gallery 22 now. Thanks for staying with me. Please subscribe, and I sure could use some members to encourage me. Thanks for watching.